Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, thank you. You can put your hand down.
Okay.
All right, so you're in prison right now on case number 2-111-00129 as a second-degree felony. And in that case, in January of 2021, police were contacted on a report of a delayed report of a sexual offense. And the victim confided in somebody that you had touched her improperly and that the victim's parents were not taking her seriously. The victim indicated she did not feel safe at home. DCFS contacted the victim's parents. They conducted an interview. The victim then stated again that you had sexually assaulted her, that you started touching her vagina over and under her clothing and then pulled down her pants, removed her pants, bent her over, and inserted into her. She then pushed you off of him and you went to your room. The victim stated that it's happened a lot, skin to skin, over on her breasts and over and under her clothing. Victim stated every time she's around you, she never knows when it is going to happen. She tried to avoid you, but was uncomfortable, never knowing what you were going to do. And this had been occurring since she was about 11 years old. You were interviewed by police and admitted to playing with her boobs, but never put this inside of her. And then you admitted to police that you had sex with her prior to the time that she stated. Is this correct?
Yes, sir.
And you were closely related to this victim, yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that's what happened then?
Yes, sir.
Do you still have contact with the victim?
I do not.
Okay. It looks like there is some restitution owed on this. One claim has $0 from UOVC, and then the other claim has $1,012.09. Are you willing to pay restitution?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so here's what'll usually happen. The board will order it. They'll actually refer it to the court, and then it'll get sent to a state agency called the Office of State Debt Collection, or OSDC. Once you are released from prison, you need to contact them, and they will set up payments with you. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So you completed sex offender treatment program, correct?
I finished pre-treatment group and I am currently in the core group right now.
That's right. You are currently in core with an expected completion date in September, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What are you learning right now in treatment?
In treatment right now, we are identifying problems and our risk factors and learning how to deal with them.
Okay, good. You got a copy of the sex offender treatment memo, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you read over that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you agree with the risk factors that were listed?
Yes, I do.
Do you feel like you are sexually attracted to teenage females?
Yes, I do.
You ever used any controlled substances?
I have not.
No gang affiliation?
No, sir.
How's your mental health?
Everything is all right.
Physical health?
It is all right. Trying to get into shape.
Okay. How are you trying to get into shape?
I'm working out almost every day.
Good for you.
Thank you.
So that was one of your risk factors, right?
Yes, sir.
Your body image. And then one way of helping dealing with your risk factors is daily routine of exercise.
Yes, sir.
Right. How's your sleep going?
Everything's been all right. Just been nervous last couple days.
Okay. Is that because of this hearing?
Yes, sir.
Are you still nervous?
Yes.
Do I make you nervous?
I just kind of.
Okay. I don't mean to make you nervous. I understand it can be intimidating, but I hope you relax by the end of this hearing, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So it looks like you've had a couple of disciplinary violations, but they were both at least a year ago.
Yes, sir.
One of them, you had another inmate's property. And the second one is you gave your prescription medication to another inmate. Is that correct?
Yes,
What,
sir.
what was that?
It was lotion.
A lotion?
Yeah.
And I also noted that jail staff report you fill vacancies left by other workers when they are ill or otherwise occupied without being asked. You step up and help keep the kitchen moving forward, yeah?
Yes, sir.
So you've been doing some positive stuff.
I tried.
And the board will recognize that, okay? We don't always just look at the bad stuff. We look at good stuff too, okay?
Okay.
So does that mean you're a kitchen worker down there?
I am a night buffer.
Oh, you were the night buffer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Okay. So what do you do at your job at the night buffer?
I go and buff the floors. This last week, we stripped the hallways and re-waxed it.
Oh, good, okay. Excellent, okay. In your board packet, you requested a halfway house release.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any plans for employment?
Hopefully I can go back to my old job as a forklift driver.
Okay. Now, I asked before if you still had contact with the victim and you said no. Could you abide by a no contact order?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because one of the things is you will most likely have what's called sex offender 8 conditions.
Okay.
One of those conditions is no contact with the victim.
Okay.
Okay. The other things that are gonna be is you're not gonna be allowed to go where places where minors congregate, like children, okay? Are there any other conditions the board can order that?
But yeah, it'll be fun. I don't think it'll be too bad.
That could help you, be successful on parole?
Not that I know of, sir.
Okay. So in the SOTP report, they recommended aftercare once you're released. No contact with minors, not work in environments where minors congregate, and random polygraph exams. You agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because all those are pretty much part of sex offender A conditions, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like the board to know?
Not right now, sir.
Okay. Tell me what was going on in your life when you committed this offense.
I just was working, just pretty much just working, staying at home. I was watching pornography a lot. Really that, and then just not really working out, wasn't taking care of myself, really.
Okay. Okay. All right, Mr. Polly, we're going to talk about two dates for you right now.
Okay,
The first one is called the sentencing guideline date. It's often referred to as the matrix.
okay,
Okay. For you, that date was May 27th of 2024. So obviously we're beyond that date, so the board's going to keep you until you complete the sex offender treatment program.
okay,
They may make your release, your parole contingent upon sex offender treatment program. So if you fail to complete it, the board's going to pull your date and we're going to talk to you again, okay?
okay,
The second date that we talk about is your expiration date. For you, that is January 27 of 2036. Now, as of right now, that is the latest the board can keep you incarcerated or on parole. However, that date can change depending on your behavior.
okay,
Okay. If you commit a new offense and you're sentenced to prison on that new offense, it'll change your expiration date.
okay,
Okay. If you get out on parole and you abscond from supervision, that can also change your expiration date.
okay.
Okay. All right, Mr. Polly, do you have any questions for me?
I do not.
All right. So here's what'll happen is I will type up my report and I will submit it to the board this week. Takes 3 out of the 5 board members to agree to make a decision. Once that decision is made, they'll notify you in writing through inmate mail. It can take the board anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks to make a decision. Now that comes with somewhat of a warning right now, as the board has a pretty serious hearing that they're going to be conducting here in the next few weeks. So it may delay a decision in your case.
Okay,
Okay, so if it takes a little bit longer than the 4 weeks, just talk to your case manager and they know how to get a hold of us and see what's going on, okay?
okay.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You too. We'll conclude this hearing.
So they paroled him, right? I mean, of course they did. She's just a child. Now, he was convicted on June 24th, 2021, sentenced to 15 years, and he's paroled 10/29/2024. So it's like a 3-year sentence. What's the big deal? She was only 11 years old. We don't know how. They just mentioned close relative. They lived in the same home. Seemed they had the same parents. Was it a stepsister? Was it by a lot? We don't know. What we do know is that they paroled him. And this was just creepy, if you ask me. The guy was smiling like these creepy ways when he's talking about what's happening. He's smiling, and you might want to say, well, he was just nervous, or I don't know. I don't buy that. He's sober. He's not, I don't need this. He's not doing it. No, what's his excuse? Well, I was looking at the internet at, sites, and that makes me want to do that to an 11-year-old, to my sister. And the heartbreaking thing about this is we hear that her parents didn't believe her. She's telling her parents, the parents don't believe her. So it continues and it continues and continues. And she, she goes to DCF and she goes, and then finally, he admits it and he gets his sentence. And, at the time of the crime, he would have been I don't know at the time of the crime, but in 2021, he would have been 22 years old when he was convicted. It's just scary stuff. And yeah, it's funny he got the write-ups for the lotion. You know what I guess what's about this is the victims. You know, she really feels like her parents failed her. She feels, and then finally she does everything she needs to do to get this monster locked up, and then to find out that, well, he's released. 3 years, what's the big deal? That's enough time. I'm sure that the programs he's taken now, he's just gonna all of a sudden not have an affinity to little girls. He said, "Oh, I like teenagers," but she was 11 years old, dude. Oh, this high level creepy factor. Please subscribe and help the channel grow so more people can see this insanity. And with that, I'll let you go.